president because I don't see what he could do for us as one nation, a united nation, because every time he has too much distraction, he doesn't have respect of a man because he doesn't respect even the rules in parliament. He has distraction. He loves making noise. You see, there's nothing, even if it is time to vote, he doesn't say what he wants to do. He says that vote for me, and even if it's time for him to listen, he doesn't listen. I think he's a hard-headed person.
I think Julius Malema likes conflicts because in parliament he does not listen. I think that Malema is too hard-headed and that he could not lead us as a nation in the right direction. Because Malema is always trying to get a conflict, especially from the president of South Africa, which is Mr. Jacob Zuma. They are always in conflict. It's like he doesn't like the president, but I don't understand how he could not like him as he is the leader.
But Malema is doing his job.
He's doing his job, but I think he should find a more respective way to express himself in this job. Like not calling the president in names in parliament, saying that he should pay back the money, striking. That is not right. In my view, that is not right. I don't like it as myself.
But the court said Mr. President must pay the money.
Must pay the money.
Yes, and Malema was doing his job as a person who is opposing the president.
Okay, I agree. But what about the things that he is doing? Like when the parliament was supplying them with food, they were supposed to get trays with plates in them just so they can dish for themselves. He dished himself a whole lot of food on the tray, not even on a plate, and then only ate the meat. And the people who are following him, the members of the EFF.
But they like him. They like Malema.
They like him?
Yes.
Who?
Those people who are following Malema. This is why
those people who are following him. I think they are just as crazy as him. Not to be disrespectful, but they are just crazy. It is not okay what they are doing or what their leader is doing. It will never be okay. It's not okay even now.
But if you are saying they are crazy, I don't understand what you mean.
They are crazy. Yeah. Their doings, they are not human-like. They are acting like animals.
But other people who are there in the EFF, others are doctors, others they are lawyers, others they are respected people.
Respected people, but they are behaving in a barbaric way.
All of them.
Those who are just in parliament, they're shouting in parliament.
But if you are saying their followers, the people who are voting for EFF are crazy, what do you mean?
No, I mean the people who are in parliament.
Oh, okay.
Their doings are crazy.
All of them.
Those who are just doing all that crazy stuff, like when they dish themselves a whole lot of food and then only ate the meat. That is disrespectful because some people got little food because of them.
My man, I don't see a problem with him because he has his own ways of getting votes because he knows what he's doing. He knows that he wants to be the president. But in the other side, I think that if he may win the elections, he may not be the president. White people still don't like us because they think that, you see, they're calling us names. We're crazy, we're useless president.
But each and every political party, there is a constitution. Do you know that?
Yes.
And people who are choosing a leader are the majority of the people. So if people are saying my man must be the president, no one will just chase my man without him doing anything wrong. If he hasn't done anything wrong, they won't chase my man. How are they going to chase him?
If
the white people
that the DA has took the elections, they
yes.
have won. They may say that because we are the builders, we are the owners, we can chase you off right now.
I think my man likes white people and black people because my man always sits with white people, and I think my man came to those black people houses because he just wanted a vote. And I think money, the white people are using my money so that they get what they want. I think that my money is just being used as the cover of the DA because the majority of the people in high positions in the DA are the white people. I think it's just being used as a cover to show that the DA has changed. It is now being open to black people. I think that is a lie. Because I still think that the white people in the DA still believe in that law of apartheid. I think Jacob Zuma is selfish because we all know just Jacob Zuma built a big house in Kandla. With that man, he may help many people that are poor in South Africa. I think he's a very corrupt president. He is very corrupt because I'm still supporting on that fact that Mtaba said that Jacob Zuma used his money. In fact, it was not his money, it was the government's money. He used it to build that huge house in Kandla. I don't think that that was proper as a president because that money, as Mtaba said, could have been used to support many people. Like those people who don't have proper housing, who don't get clean water, and those people who don't have electricity, like in the rural areas. That money could have been used to support them, to help them get their basic needs. And also, he has divided, ever since he was the leader of the ANC. The ANC has been divided because of all his scandals, like the Gandha house and the Gupta scandal. I don't think that he is leading us in the right track because I think if he could change his ways, he could just be a proper president.
I think he can be selfish sometimes because being a president does not mean that you have all the pride and power. It means that if you are a president, you have to provide for your nation. So since he took 200 million rands to build his house, I think that is selfish because that could have been helpful. That money could have been helpful to the people.
I would very much love to see people having free education, and I would like all the basic needs because my mother comes from a rural area and I go there to visit. There is no electricity, no network for like when you want to contact emergency people like the paramedics if someone is in danger because people get attacked all of the time. There is no network so that you can call. There is no electricity. There are no taps for clean water. I think South Africa must try to change the fees must fall thing because that fees must fall thing is destroying our economy.
I think the things that should be done in South Africa is to see the people having everything. If, just like in rural areas, they should get electricity, networks, water, clean water, perfect houses because people are in need. And while they are in need, there are some people who are still destroying the economy. Just like the fees must fall strike. It is destroying the economy because they are burning up schools, all the stuff, and it will need so much money to rebuild those schools. And I think that if we could find a new president, a clean president who comes with good ideas and self-sufficient things to provide for the country, I think we must find him and he must provide us with all the things that we need. I think if Jacob Zuma would lose the election, maybe it may be Nusimaimane because he's the second one with many votes.
I think it must be Cyril Ramaphosa. I think it must be a woman. But it's just that not many women are starting their own political parties. They are not equalizing to the men. I think, but as myself, I would love to see a woman as the next president.
Be specific. Who is this woman?
The woman. I have not yet met that woman, but it would have to be someone who is self-sufficient, who has her own job, who can focus, who can lead people. that would be the president that I want or I need for South Africa.
If I would be the president, I would provide for my country's need and all the things that we need, such as clean drinking water and all the stuff, and I would find plans on how to raise the economy so that we'll be self-sufficient.
I would try to build RDPs for people, especially in rural areas. What I would change in this country if I were a president, I would change the fact that someone would be released from prison if they killed a person. Not even for their good behavior, or they would not even be considered for parole.
Okay.
I would change that. And that I would totally ban abortion. Because when you're doing something, you do something knowing exactly what will happen and knowing the results.
Others are raped.
Others are raped.
And then they get pregnant.
That doesn't mean you have to abort.
You have to do what? If
You can have the baby and then put the child in an adoption center where the child can be cared for.
okay.
I think that's what I would change. And I would change for the fact that there has to be deputy ministers and all that those deputies and I would make sure that the number of members in parliament decreases, just so that the salaries that they are earning they don't have many people having the salaries, so that we can save money in South Africa.
My name is MTOLO. I am in grade 7 in YENDE Primary School in Pongo.
My name is Nene. I am doing grade 7 in YENDE in Pongo. My name is LINDELWA. I am doing grade 7 in the school which is called YENDE, which the nearest town is Pongola.